Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Coconut Bay. We are again back here in the town of Coconut Shores, and we are looking at the industrial area that I worked on off camera. As you can see, I added in a little bit more. We actually have like a junkyard recycling center over here now, and a few more industries, some containers and whatnots going on. So we've got a little bit more industry here in Coconut Shores, and our residential development has really developed out, and it's looking pretty good right now. We currently have 946 people, and we almost have a balanced budget, but the town of Coconut Shores has been looking at what they could do to help foster development in and around the city, or the town as it is right now. And so what they found is that a lot of the land was very hilly and just difficult terrain. And so they've undertaken a project right now that they went through and leveled out a lot of the terrain around these little hills. That's what we'll call them. So the town has leveled out a lot of this land to help spur future development. And one company that really has taken a shine to Coconut Shores, loves the way it's starting to develop, is a familiar name that if you watch the Twitch channel, the familiar Roy Chow has taken a liking to Coconut Shores, and he has decided to bring his fishing business over, Chowkist, and start development over here. And what he's found is that the lake that we have over here, which, we don't have a name for right now. Like, it could be Coconut Lake, it could be Lake Coconut something. So we don't have a name for it just yet. But Roy Chow has found that the fishing industry might be able to thrive actually in this lake. So he is going to be bringing in some of that fishing industry, which means that we have to put in some roads over here to help with that. So we're going to put in some roads to connect over to Coconut Lake, Lake Coconut, something like that. And we're going to connect them from the industrial area. So the two things that if we have enough money that we're going to put in, is we're going to put in let me show you. It's the fish market, so people could come and get the fresh fish from the harbor. And we'll also be putting in a fish factory if we have enough money. So that's, $40,000. We have $78,000, and we're like +1 right now. So that's what we've got going on today. So we're going to add in those roads. We're going to get it connected over here to this area. As you can see, we do have in this area, we do have a little bit of tuna fish that spawn. We've got a mix of everything, I think, over here in the lake. So I think what we're going to start with is anchovy and shellfish production, and we'll see what happens from there. As you can see, like, maybe just go with a regular fishing harbor. We do have, like, anchovy fishing harbors that maybe we can upgrade to in the future, but let's go ahead and get the regular fishing harbor in. We'll get roads and lines and all the other necessities connected up over to it here. Let's see if I can see this without the underground view. So we've got to find a good spot for this. And I think we're probably going to just put her in right here. So, all right. Now we have to add in the fishing routes. The fishing lines, or whatever you want to call them. Let's see what they call them here. The fishing routes. So we're just going to come down here. We're actually going to turn this one on. Let's do this. We'll just all the way down here. All right. Let's see. Does it give us an option? Okay, it's just fish. Okay. So it's going to need power and water over to it. So let's see if we can. Let's get our road in first. It's going to have to come around this hill, and it's going to have to connect up over here. So We're using just the normal 2U road, I do believe. 2-lane road, which I think is what's on here right now, so... Alright, so we got all that, and let's get our water pipes underneath the road here. We'll turn off the snapping stuff and lay in our water pipes. So we're still doing good on water and water treatment. So that's nice. Don't have to mess with that right now. We're at 64,000 currently. And we might see... So we're going to have to run some power lines over here. It'd probably be cheaper to just run the power lines. We'll run them along the edge here. And then swing it across the road like this. Or I think we could probably go like this. Alright, we got power, we got water, we got all the stuff. I'm looking at this guy right here. Oh, that's fine. Just a little bit of a flood. No big deal. Actually was messing with the lake a little bit, trying to fix some of the height map inside of it, so it should be okay in just a moment. Let's check that guy. This guy and this guy to terrain height. So I feel like, oh yeah. So there's some parts where I can't get it to flatten all the way. And it may or may not annoy me. Let's just do that. It does annoy me. It does annoy me. Basically. So yeah, we've got our fishing boats already out. Look at that. Loading up the fishing. And going to take it back to the fishing harbor. So I think for right now... Too few services. Citizens wish more services were available in the area. So that means we probably, but, you know, like, we could probably, and I bet what we need to do is just that. That might connect up all of our city services like they are requesting. So then that way they don't have to drive all the way down there to come all the way in here. So let's check that out real fast. Fire safety. Yeah, see how it's right on the edge of the fire safety, and we probably are going to need another fire department in this general area. So there's probably going to have to be a spot that we make for fire and whatnot. Maybe off of this road. We'll have to look at our height maps. We might have to smooth some stuff out, and like right here maybe. But maybe a fire department over on this side of town. But, I mean, honestly, like, you know, I would think that would connect. Let's check our... I mean, that looks okay. Let's see what happens. We'll give it a few minutes here. Just give it a couple minutes and see if we get any of that connected up. Because if it doesn't get connected up, it's going to, you know, fail and all that stuff. So, the one thing we do want to put in is we do want to get... our cannery, whatever it was called. This guy, we're going to start with the fish factory and get it put in. And I think I'm going to move it all the way over to this side. Well, you know what? I wonder if we could get it on the end over here. It's going to be out of the city limits. That's going to be base already occupied. So we're going to have to put it here. I don't necessarily... Oh, can we get it in over here? I bet... No. We're going to put it right there for right now. So I think that will be okay. We'll see if we can move it over just a hair. Yeah. See, yeah, we can move it over so then we can leave that intersection open. And it should allow not enough fish. But that's okay because we're going to be getting fish. Let's check our power grid. Okay, we're right at the edge of a broken heart on the power grid. So let's get another windmill put in and get it turning. All right. We got that in. That's looking good. It's eventually going to get some trucks in from over here, I hope. I hope. So in the meantime, let's start planning out a little bit of our residential expansion, because I think what we're going to do is save this spot over here for more industrial, because you can see, well, putting in the fish and that really reduced our industrial need. So we're not going to need it right now, but I think we are going to definitely going to need more residential. And what we want to do is, let's look at our height map real fast again. I believe we could probably, yeah, so we're going to try to connect starting from here over to here to start with, and then get some residential built into this area. So it's not just a cul-de-sac, because I think what we're going to do is connect from here to here, and then have it connect all the way down to here in that area. So that's what we're going to do. Let's get these roads in real fast and start designing a little bit of a grid right here. So we are going to come off. Okay, so I apparently didn't paint all that in all the way, which is fine because it's going to go away in just a second. So let's turn on all our snappings again. We're going to leave anarchy off. And let's go with a straight road to start with. Get it out here about 5U. And then we'll start curving it over. We're going to try to get it into this guy at a... actually looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Is there any way we can maximize? I think that's probably the maximum stuff we're going to get there. Let's check our height map again. See where we can start building along this guy. So I think we can start like right here. Right. A little off center. It'll just make me happier to have it a little bit straighter right there. I mean, I could just, you know, delete that guy and just go. I don't know what's up with this guy. That. Make me a little bit saner. Less insane? Sure. Okay. Let's continue with this guy over here. Bring our height map back up. Again, following these hills and making it just, you know, whenever I'm building this stuff, I always think, what would I want to, where would I want to live, and how would I like to have all of this, you know, designed and all that stuff. So that's what my thoughts are each time I'm building in like city skylines is that what would make it look good for me, make me happy to live there kind of thing. So I think that's good. Let's go ahead and get this guy like this. That looks good. And let's start developing some residential here. I think we are going to, I don't know if I want to mix this stuff here. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is kind of like this. Because I don't know that I want to zone on this road. Trying to decide if I like how that looks. I think I'm going to be okay with that. I think we're going to unzone along this road. And I wish I could unzone along here. I wish you could just do one side. I don't think you can do both. I think you have to do all or nothing, you know what I mean? Well, we're going to leave the zoning in on this side. Like that. And right there. No, we'll unzone this. But we're going to leave the zoning off on this road so everything builds on this road. It's not very much. Excuse me, it's really only from here over. What is the noise? Well, we're going to have a lot of noise pollution out of that, aren't we? Let's check and see what the noise pollution is on this guy. It is the purple. No, it's the orange. Shoot. So that noise pollution will cause issues, right? So we might have to think about this as how we want to play this. I think probably kind of like that. And we may actually just remove this road as well. And put some sort of barrier up here. Zone probably on the other side of this road. So we're going to keep like a circle around here. So let's look and see what the circle is again. And I assume it's that. So kind of like this, I think. So in that circle, we can't build residential in there. We might be able to build in some commercial though. So we're going to keep that in mind. Let's actually do this again. That's the Tippecanoe brush, so we know we have to delete those trees. Let's actually go back to the Coconut Bay brush. So in that circle, we can't build any residential in there. All right. So we can build outside of it. Okay. That'll be fine. I think we can put some commercial in right here, and maybe right here. But this other stuff we can build residential. Okay. We're good. So let's go ahead and add in some more roads then. Get a nice 90-degree off of here. Actually, we're going to take this down 16. You know what we ought to do is take it down to here. And then let's go along the coast of Lake Coconut, or whatever, Coconut Lake. Whatever we want to call this thing. This lake. Kind of want to stay, like, pretty close to it, actually. If we can. We're going to stop right there. We're going to put in another... Do we want to go this way, or do we want to come down? I think we want to come down on that. Let's come down here. Make that connection. And these don't have to be perfect. I'm telling myself that. So... And just in a moment, we'll get this stuff zoned in. Like I'm telling myself, doesn't have to be perfect. All right. So since we can build, I think we're going to have some commercial in here. So let's go ahead and zone that stuff in. We'll have commercial in this area, especially right here, kind of make it like a downtown kind of thing. So let's go ahead and get all this residential zoned in here real fast. All right, we've got it all zoned in. Let's bring that back up so you can see the zoning, what we finished. Excuse me, 2 and 3. I didn't go any 4s. I originally thought about doing that, but I decided against it. I figured I would go 2 and 3s, kind of just keeping it a little bit smaller in this area and just in this town in general for right now. Future expansion will be for, what am I thinking? It's not coming to me. Oh yeah, the hotels and stuff, because it's a beach. We got to have resorts, right? So we're going to let this build in and see if we get anything. And, you know, we might have to take out a loan. But let's let this build up and see what we get. So we'll be back in just a minute. Well, I've let this run for a while, and one thing I have noticed is that we definitely have a crime rate issue going on right now. Let's check our budget. We are in the positive right now, and yeah, see, I have turned down the police. So let's see if let's turn that all the way back up to 100. To help with our budget issues we were having earlier, I turned down the police. Let's turn that back up. I think we're going to have to build more police and fire stations. We definitely need, on this side of town, we definitely are going to need death care services. So let's get a crematorium put in somewhere. And I think we're just going to put it at the end of this road. And we might not have enough money as of right now. So, yeah, that's 25,000. Let's see what happens with our budget as I've had to turn up the police protection. And it's still, I'm still having issues with it saying not enough city services. So I think what we're probably going to have to think about taking out a loan to get more city services. As you can see, like our police presence is going across going all the way across town, and that is our high school. So our police are over here. So yeah, we've got 10 out of 10 cars in use. So really the only thing I could do would maybe be to up the budget some more, and because it is just everywhere. And so you can see like these are abandoning because too few services, which I assume are city services, and we just need the coverage in this area. So we might have to add in a police station, which let me check our police stations. We do have the small historical police station, which I think we could probably just add over here as start using them as like a, you know, just a local precinct. Well, let's put that in there and let's see how much our, let's see if we have one of those for fire. We do, again, but that's only, it's 8,000. So I think we're going to have to take out a couple loans here and get our stuff figured out. We will be able to pay all of that back. It's just, you know, at this point, it is what it is. So let's see if we can make this, we'll see, let's reset this building and see if those same projects or problems come back. to where it is telling us that it needs city services. So let's see what happens. You know, 2 of 4, so that's pretty good. That's 2 of 4 police cars in use. So again, we're losing money. We're going to be in the red. And really, I mean, we could start just continually adding in residential and whatnot, because we definitely, well, we don't need residential right now. We need more industrial. The fish market is fit. Like we're full on the fish. So as of right now, it's okay. And really what I think it'll have to do is come from, like, over here. We'll have to maybe add some stuff in over here for the fish, because I don't have enough money. The only other thing I would think about adding in right now would be the, like a fish farm. A fish market, algae farm, fish farm, yeah, like do the fish farm. But I don't think that's going to fit on Lake Coconut at all. It might, but we might have to move that over to the actual ocean over here. So we might have to start building out some fishing industry over here on the ocean. So check and see what happens with this business. It looks like it's okay. I think that was my issue, is that we just didn't have enough police coverage. And I think it's okay now. We're still losing money. So hopefully we start getting money coming back in. So let's reset those and see what happens. Let's check these guys over here. Okay, so all this is fine. With more residential and more population moving in, I think we're doing okay. We are going to have to add in police and city services on this side of town for sure. It's going to be a matter of getting the money to do that. So we've started our residential expansion, our expansion into the other parts of the city. And Roy Chow, and we're gonna call this what do you say? Chowkist. Chowkist. Yes, Chowkist. Chowkist has started here in Coconut Shores. So Roy Chow making his ever-growing empire expansion here into Coconut Shores and to Coconut Bay. And if you don't know who Roy Chow is just come over to the Twitch stream sometime and I can explain it to you. But I think we could probably go ahead and put in some residential here. Probably. Oh, this is, you know, it probably doesn't have any, whatchamacallit, any city. I know what I'm saying. Water, electric, you know, all that stuff. I don't know if there's 2x3 or not. 3x2s, whatever. Get those all in there. I have to put in some water pipes, so let's just go ahead and do that. Last one. There. All right, we should be good on that. That'll grow in as we move along. Definitely a lot more demand for industrial. And we're coming along, you know, like we're up to 1,500 people now. So that's really good. I don't remember what we started with, 800 or 900 today. So we've gained quite a few people in this episode. So only getting bigger is the town of Coconut Shores. Actually looks pretty good. We're going to have to decide what we want to do with the middle section right here, because that is where all the hills are. Do we leave it alone? Do we, you know, make it flat? What do we do there? And I think we need to do something. Probably, you know, we could probably connect this up. So let's do that real fast while I'm thinking of it. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Let's not do that. Let's do that. So let's smooth this out, and we'll connect this up over here to this section. That way it gives this road something to go to. Turn our snappings all back on. Right. So residential expansion underway again. We've got commercial here for these folks that live down in here. We've got a little bit of commercial. Did we make that? And we did make this connection. Let's fix this intersections. Do up our intersections. I think we went to what, 12 on all of these? 14. Sure. 14 it is. Yeah, see, we're still having city service problems over here, so we're going to have to deal with that in the next episode. But that's going to do it for this episode of Coconut Bay here in Coconut Shores, with the expansion underway and Roy Chow's empire coming over here to Coconut Shores. We are making money, so it's just going to be a matter of getting enough money to put in those city services. Probably going to end up taking out a loan to put those in, but I think we're looking pretty good right now. We're looking pretty good. So that's going to do it today from Coconut Bay. Have a great day. Take care.